Hello, hello, my crafty friends. Make sure that I'm a little straight. Oops. Need to see if that works so that you guys can see sort of our diagram if I get around to being able to do the card, because as I sorted out everything, I'm like, wow, I actually have a lot of stuff here. You know, a bunch of stuff went live. Excellent. One down. And I can't believe it's Thursday night or Thursday, and here we are going to be into another weekend, and Craptastic is this weekend. And heaven knows I have enough stuff on my plate that I need to get done that I will definitely be working. Wow, I actually have a lot of stuff. There we go. I'm here, so we'll give people a few minutes to kind of hop on, and I'll keep cleaning up my gingerbread man. I need to take all those pieces in and watch TV and put the little pieces together so then I can just make hats and all of that stuff. Hey Barbara, how are you? I hope you're doing good. If you're free this weekend, you should come and virtually crop with us. Don't have to leave home. It's always the nice thing. Okay. I'm going to do my giveaway a little bit differently this time. We're going to look at, so you want to hang on to that. I'm going to start off and look at all the new stuff because everything's released. It's like release the Krakens. How's your week been? I'm realizing I have a pile of stamps or blocks with stamps on them, and I'm not entirely sure where all the blocks go. Or I'm sorry, where all the stamps go. Oh, fun. Well, make sure you give Gigi and Benny a hug for me. I have lots of fun memories with Benny. So I'm excited you guys are going to go do that. That's great. Hello, Jennifer. Are you going to come crop with us this weekend, Jennifer? Feel like I'm in that stage of weather here that I haven't adjusted to the cold, so I'm still at 80-degree weather, and so I'm freezing and have to have like 20 layers on. Okay. All right, let's get this show on the road. So it is November, and we had a bunch of new things that are now all released. Tuesday was the release date. I decided, though, to get a crown done that day, and then that wipes me out all day because I take oral sedation, and then it took me most of yesterday to get it all out of my system. Oh, that would be lovely if you dropped in to say hello. So our class for this month is going to be Easy Easels, and this is an Easy Easel card. I have just gotten the rest of the metallic paper in that I needed to cut kits, and so we're going to do this a little differently. I chose to use one of the fall sets. I'm trying to see if I have it up here really quick, close. I do not. So I used one of the fall sets, the Gathering, that goes with the Gathering Together paper, which is what is used in this. And I chose to do that because I wasn't going to buy the squirrels. I'll show you what the squirrels look like. So this is fun together. And you know, you can mix and match these cards any way that you want as far as the two-sided paper, so feel free to do that. I did a little bit of extra things, extra stamping and embellishments. This is an interesting ribbon, and funny enough that Jeff was like, you know, you should keep using that twine, and so I was going to actually look at this. This twine actually does work. So there is a duo combination of the, I want to say olive green and espresso twine that would work really nicely with these cards. If you don't like this, hi Pat, if you are not liking this frayed, what do they call that stuff? Let me look at it. I have it to make the kits. So I just about have everything to do to make the kits, because I was saying that there was something different that we're going to do. The irregular weave trim is what this is. Hi Leslie, how are you? So guys, you're all on here. If you would be so kind to love this live and share it out onto your page, Careful with your Crafty communities, or share it personally to your friends via Messenger, that would be greatly appreciated. Just need to continue to build my connections as we get into my second year with Stampin' Up, now that I kind of know what I have. Let's see, here's a better picture of that. So if you would please love this, share it with friends and family, crafty people, I would appreciate it. So I'm trying to see if I can, is this the same card? Here's the same. So here's the same card, and that's with the squirrels, and this is with what I chose to do. Mine's kind of a little bit more busy, so you may like doing the squirrels or some other animal. The initial one that I thought would be super cute to use was one of close to my heart, is one of the ones I kept where the animals look like they got thrown into a dryer because it was just a week, just a crazy week, and you're just like, oh my gosh, what a week, right? Or what a year, what a week, what a month kind of deal. And I thought this would be really pretty on this paper. So that is the squirrels versus the fall theme. And if you have any theme that you, or any stamps that you have that are fall, you know, or actually anything would look really lovely with this paper. And because it is fall, Miss Pat, I think it was Pat, said to me, I really want to send these out as Thanksgiving cards. And I was like, oh, okay, well, sending them out at the beginning of December doesn't work. So I got the rest of the stuff in, and ribbons to cut. And you're in Canaan now? Oh my gosh, give everybody a hug for me. Everybody, because you got everybody there, right? Jennifer and Scarlett. Good evening, Bernice. Oh, I'm so excited. Squirrel, literally a squirrel moment here. I love this group of ladies. They were one of my first crops that I ever went to in Maryland after I had Sarah Grace. And so they have known, Jennifer's there. Hello, Jennifer. Giving you guys hugs. All right, so that is our card kit, or card class for the month. The kit itself, the basic kit, is free with a $75 order at subtotal. So that's before shipping, handling, tax, and after any credit's been applied. And, you know, if you do purchase $100, then there's more stuff added. And at $150, you get like a full kit of a lot of stuff. All them like extra embellishments, and you'll have stuff to use for other projects. Squirrels. Canaan has a ton of squirrels. So let's get this stuff out of the way because that's not relevant. All right, if you were somebody who was in love with the Modern Christmas Workshop, I have a scrapbooking workshop. Oh, back to the cards, the class. So because of Pat's mentioned to me, she wants to send these out. I have got everything for the kits now to start making the kits, and I'm going to start sending them out as you qualify for the class. And I'm going to pre-record the class and load it up to YouTube early so that you can make them. Of course, you'll have the written instructions, so you really don't need the class. It's just, I feel like it might be helpful. So I'm going to get that done, and I'm going to ship these out as you order. That's out there. Important. A whole lot different. So we will not have a class in December because of that, which is actually kind of convenient because that whole week is a little bit crazy. And Paper Pumpkin, we'll figure out what we're going to do with Paper Pumpkin. So let's move those off. Okay. Those of you guys who love the Modern Christmas paper, which was the black, white, and gold paper, I have a 9-page, I have directions for a 9-page workshop. And I'm in the process of putting it together. It's just taken me a little bit. You're welcome, Pat. And it is really cool. These pictures do not give it justice because my printer is really messed up. And it has taken me almost a week of messing around just to get it to print color and to print somewhat nicely, even though it says there's enough ink and everything. So I just wanted you to see some of these pictures. There's a lot of print and cut. I think there's 11 pages of print and cut. And if you love this and have a $100 order this month, separate from or in addition to the $75 for the kit, you can actually choose to get the print and cuts for this. Yeah, always fun to do. And so there are 9 layouts, and I'm missing the layout for 7, but who knows where or the picture is for 7 because I have had tons of trouble. And I wanted to show you guys on here to draw your attention to some of the globes that are on here on different ones. And if you choose, you can use the large gold hoops from Modern Christmas. It comes in the kits if you buy the bundle, the suite, or you can buy these independently. And they are in all over. They're used all over. Like they're here. They're great embellishments. They are not on every page, but on a few different pages. Here they are. So just know that when you're looking at that and you're like, where did that come from? It is from the suite, the Modern Christmas suite. So it's very different, very fun. All right. So moving on, like I said, there was a boatload of stuff. I thought, we're going to do this thing with cards. And I'm like, I'm not sure we're going to be able to do that thing with cards because here we go. Online exclusive release went live on Tuesday. Well, I was under getting hopefully the last crown. I've had a crown. I think we have counted 6 crowns since we moved here. Not wanting to do it anytime soon again. Not volunteering. Somebody asked me if I was going to break up with my dentist. All right. So this flyer is loaded in the Facebook group for you guys. I always find it easier to have a printed document to kind of keep track of things. So I got that up for you. It does not always encompass everything that just got released, unfortunately. It's still a little bit hard to tell what came from where. So let's take a look at some of the things that I purchased. I did like a little bit of this and a little bit of that. This is probably a suite that I should have just bought the whole suite for. And I ended up piecemealing it in. And this is the Blossom paper. Now, I am very tired of flowers. I'm sure some of y'all are too. But, Pat, remember I was telling you I was like looking at things. So you have this stripe, which is wonderfully neutral. And then you have this roses. I do not like the rose side of things. So I'm definitely going to be using this. You have this beautiful, I don't know, is it like a painting? some kind of a pattern paper. And again, flowers on the other side. This one I can deal with a lot better than the other picture, but it still wouldn't be my fondness. So you have this, but I'm going to show you, I'm going to get rid of that because I want to see, here's a lovely green. I believe this is Old Olive. Matte on that one, better than the first one, but you know, like I said, I'm probably not going to use this for flowers at all. So there's that. Then you have Calypso Coral color, and this is probably my favorite of the flower paper. Might get used just because it's neutral enough and not as busy. I'm gonna put that here so you have a nice, I'm just gonna go to the orange palette. You have Pretty Peacock. I'm pretty sure this is Pretty Peacock. I love this. It's bold, it's bright. Similar kind of pattern that they've got going on here. And not so fun paper on the back. Those of you guys who love flowers will probably be like, oh my gosh, this is like completely beautiful. It's a great spring paper for the flowers, and even I might take a look at some of the flower pictures that I've taken and use those. I wanted to leave that alternating. But if you look at this side of the paper, I think it's actually a very useful paper pack. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 different patterns. This looks like my grandmother's wallpaper. Anybody else can relate to this? And we have something I feel like is very useful, and I think can be used for boy stuff. I think it can be used for camping. I think that hiking, camping, boating, between sunsets, sunrises, I really feel like it has a lot of options when you flip the paper over. And I'm so grateful that they have started to put other patterns on the back. Are you laughing about my wallpaper? So this is a pretty nice pack of paper when you don't look at the flowers, in my humble opinion. So things that go with this are these dots. Again, nice, neutral, outdoorsy, and I also think pretty masculine. They have a stamp set. Like I said, I should have just bought the suite because it ended up with that anyway. And remember, new packaging is here. And here are the dies. I'm so in love with the fact that we've decided to put this together. And here are the stamps. So these are easier to open than the previous ones. Have this crazy hangnail that's hurting. Your stamps are in here. I will miss having them, you know, on a block, but at least you have this. I'll miss having the inside of the CD case where you had pictures of everything. And then here are the dies. Now, if you're like me and you want to keep the dies in with the stamp set, I was using magnets, and I may still continue to use, I see magnets right in here. I like the magnets. And I can increase my cost to cash and carry if I want to make up the cost of it. But I buy them in bulk, so it's not super expensive, and I think that having them on magnets, the way Close My Heart used to do, is amazing. But they fit nicely inside this new envelope, which is like 5 and something by 9, is it? Yeah. 5 3/8. No, 5 5/8 by 9 inches. So that's how you can store them together if you want to, or you can easily match them up like this because of the same size. Do you have some choices here? I'm still going to choose to put mine on that. And then I ended up picking up this petals for stamp set because of the dies. I ended up selling my die or stamp set that has this in it, And I was like, ooh, I really like that. And some of the flowers with this overlay on top of them, you don't even need to stamp. You can just cut the flowers out and put them together like that, which makes it much more universal for me. All right, let's move on to our next suite. And guess what, folks? I use paper bags to keep collections together. I really hope at some point that they'll consider moving back to this. I don't know that I'll get my wish. And I'll put this into here. So now I have the whole collection together for right now. Now, I wasn't sure that I liked this either. This is the Hobby Haven collection. In person, it's a lot better than it is online. I'm just going to say that. So this, you have your reader. Here's your person who likes to read and journal, write, coffee. A lot of us can relate to that. And here's the back side, which at first I had no idea what this pattern was. But when you look at it, it's just splotches. So it is not necessary to be anything. It's not like ink, or I was thinking it might be some other like miscellaneous stuff from the paper, but it's not. It's just plain and simple, which makes it usable. It's also got Lost Lagoon. Is that Lost Lagoon? I don't know if that's Lost Lagoon. I know that it's Pretty Peacock. It is Lost Lagoon. Look at me go, guys. It's only taken me 18 months to get this together. All right, then you have our person who's into the spa day. And when I got to looking at this, I thought, you know, this might actually be kind of useful paper after all. Because I have friends that are into all sorts of things. And what a great, like, birthday card you could make and put a little spa gift certificate in, or a manicure pedicure into the card for someone. I think that's a lot of fun. And then here's the back of that paper, and it's a wash. I'm going to show you. This is not one where I will accidentally have the kit. Here's this in the kitchen. Espresso machine, coffee beans. We do all things coffee in this house, so that's kind of great to have it. You have the tea in addition to baking. So that's useful for even Christmas cookie making, and just having a different flavor of colors to go with it rather than your traditional Christmas colors. This is a brilliant piece of paper here. It's simple, it's subtle, it's perfect for scrapbooking. The busier paper is good for like doing accent pieces on a page, but for like matting and the base of a page, this is perfect. Here are our plants. Who are my plant people who love to grow plants? This is my sister Jackie. She is an amazing green thumb. I so am not. I look at a plant and it dies. Well, welcome, Regina. I'm so glad you're here. But then the back side of this is also, again, a very neutral piece of paper. These are a little bit, I thought they were like really pastel-y until I got them here. And I'm like, they're kind of a mix of pastel and more vivid colors. Like this green is pretty vivid, and having the peacock and Lost Lagoon in that is also, I feel like that's pool party. Who are my, so we have our plant growers, we have our bakers, we have our spa, we have our readers. The next crafting is sewing. Is anybody, you have a black thumb? Amen, Bernice. I don't even like, if it can't live outside without water, it's truly going to die if we didn't have sprinklers. Anybody a sewing person or a knitting person, cross stitch? If so, this is the paper for them. Hey, Jennifer, aren't you crocheting or knitting? So this is cute and fun, and this paper on the back, I love. Patty, how are you doing today? Gosh, it's so nice to have a group of you show up. I love it when that happens. So if you didn't like the hobby themed paper and you just looked at the back side of the paper, let's get rid of that. this is what you would have. And how neutral is that? It's great boy stuff. I mean, you couldn't get, so these palettes, even though it's girly on the other side, it's knitting. Awesome. This would make a great gender neutral pack of papers. So I feel like both packs of papers have a lot to offer on the back side. Yes, you do love that DSP. Just, it's perfect. I have a tomboy. These colors would work for her, and it's still kind of a little softer, but she would be tolerant of that. Then, interestingly enough, they have included this 2 pages of these die cuts, which is fantastic. They're laser cuts, so they're thin. I mean, the cutting is very fine, easy to punch out. It's not 80 weight. It's probably about 65 weight. Oh, yes. Now that I have it out, Pat, I'm with you. The flower, I could use both sides. I could see using the hobby for girl neighbors, things like that. And of course you have coffee in it, so that kind of increased it up the rank there for me. So these are going to make great accents. And remember, you can make a card just using these die cuts. I have to put them in between a piece of paper. The piece, let's see. So we have a few things that go together with this. I knew that was going to happen here. The pieces come out. I'm not going to try and put it back in the sticky pack. It's beige, Cajun, Coastal Cabana. That's what it is. Not Pool Party. It's Coastal Cabana. Daffodil Delight, Espresso, Garden Green, Moss Lagoon, Mossy Meadow, Pecan, Petal Pink, and Secret Sea. I can get behind that color palette. So a lot of times I have to look at the Stampin' Up paper and take the flowers off. They have listened to us. I am sure that Close to My Heart was I mean, it is such a different thing to have scrapbooking papers and what we can use them. And every single one of these has a back side that is workable in a scrapbook. This is nice and thin paper or thin ribbon. This is, these dots, I think I showed them. I used them on another piece and they are phenomenal. This might shake just a little bit. I forgot to plug this back in. Keep it charged. So I love these dots. They are used on my Stamp It Your Way class for November, and I need to get more in. I just totally spaced off ordering them in yesterday, or Tuesday. Well, yesterday is when I put my order in. So I need to just make sure I get some stuff ordered. Oh, did I get any stamp sets? No. Oh, I did not get the stamp sets, but I got the dies. And I got the dies because they are amazing dies. They are an arch, a pennant, a label, another label, and they have the little double dots and the lines, dashes to be able to thread with ribbon. So this to me is a universal die that can be used over and over and over again. So I'm definitely hanging on to that die, but I did not buy the stamp set. Go figure. Okay, snowflake paper is, I don't know if I can get the pattern to show up for you guys, but it's really pretty. And I decided to get some in because I'm going to use it with Peaceful Gardens. We played with that to make sympathy cards earlier, but I thought this would be really pretty to add into those cards and make some winter cards with that Peaceful Garden because of the blues. Ooh, it looks like I might be buffering. Okay, so you can kind of see the pattern. The next that they had is they did release some vellum, which I'm grateful for because the only vellum I had was from the green and gold suite from last year. It was still current. You can still purchase it, but good old vellum is great. Remember, be careful about how you glue things down, like get vellum adhesive so it doesn't show through, or make sure that you put your adhesive underneath something else, like you put your adhesive underneath the label that you use on the card. Otherwise, the adhesive will show through and you won't be happy with it because it looks really dark. And then the last paper I bought in was this textured paper because I really wasn't sure. Let me see if I can get that texture to show. Are they all the same? Oh, they're not all the same. So this, it's really hard. It's like a weave, like you would have a canvas jacket kind of. Or a very, very, very tiny, tiny basket weave. And you have 3 sheets of that, and then you have 3 sheets then of the striped. And again, this is very subtle. And honestly, I really love the subtle. Oh, it's two-sided too. Wow, this is two-sided. The weave is not two-sided, but the stripes are two-sided. I think for cards, if you are looking to make Christmas cards, wedding cards, invitations, these papers are super fun to have because you don't have to emboss them, and yet you get the embossed look and a very elegant look. The white will go with anything, and I'm sure with a little bit of blending brush color, you could really have a lot of fun with this. A few other stamp sets to go. This is very detailed. If you're a paper piercer, this looks like fun. I am not the paper piercer. I did get this stamp and the, well, who knows where it's at. But I did get the punch to go with this. So you can punch out the different labels with this punch. So it's a 3-banner punch. That makes life easy. And great sentiments. You're loved. Consider yourself hugged. Good things. You did it. Sending my love. Celebrate. Can't say thank you. Grateful. Happy birthday. Universal. Can't beat anything universal. And then I decided to get this because it was Get Well. I have a bunch of friends who seem to have come up with being sick, which is not very cool. So I picked up the Friendly Foliage. And Swirled Designs is actually the first one because they retired all their other background textures. So I was like, okay, I use a lot of like little, especially like things like the little splotches instead of spraying with a pen and having that. But the dies are really cool, you guys. All of you guys can think of the different kind of overlapping diamonds and ovals and circles that they have, and here you have like a leaf or a plant. That's kind of the overlapping concept, and you can fill in the dies with some of these. I'm sorry, with some stamps from the front. Like there's the flowers, stars over there. So very interesting, and I can't wait to play with this and get a chance to do that. So that is, I think, pretty much, because I did not get, like I said, I was very picky this go around. Did not get any of that. I got that, did not. Got the dies for that. And remember, you do save 10% off. So that is what I have purchased from the online over the last 2 months. You know, I did not just do this in one fell swoop. I wish I had the funding to do that, but I did not. I want to draw your attention to this one. I do not know where it came from. Grateful Blessing. I have not noticed it. I don't know. Has anybody else seen this stamp set? I did not find any dies that went with it, but I thank you for your prayers. You're such a blessing. You're loved. I'm always really lucky to have a great group of people who, if I say, hey, I need you to send positive thoughts, prayers for something, they do that. And it would be very niceful to just send a thank you. You know, I'm grateful for you. Tell them that you are, that they're a blessing, you know, and an attitude of gratitude goes a long, long way in life and having a positive outlook. Ba-boom. 4:32. I knew we were going to run out of time and I wasn't going to be able to do the card. All right. So, show me some love. Share me with your friends in Messenger or on your Facebook page, please, so that I can work on building up. I'm going to give away one of these cute Joy Paper Pumpkin Abundant Joy dies. So if you are not a Paper Pumpkin subscriber, you cannot get this any other way than this giveaway. And it's pick a number between 1 and 30, post it up. If you are the winner, closest to without going over, I will send this to you. I'm just pulling this out to show you. It has a tag, joy, a little sprig, flower, leaf, and 2 little sprigs. So you have like 3 leaf pieces that you can put. It works for the next 3 paper pumpkins for the October, November, December kits. So isn't that fun? And hopefully the mailman will not return it. Poor Sue, Dom, who watches with us, that girl, they have sent this back. Look at Jennifer's playing too. Oh, most importantly, January through April mini catalogs. The pre-order for me to order to ship you a catalog has opened. If you would like a Stampin' Up catalog, I need you to have an online account. You need to select me as your demonstrator, and you must opt in for email contact. If you don't, the system will not allow me to send it to you. So that's really important if you want to get a catalog from me. Let me find my number. So, sounds like a bunch of you guys are cropping this weekend. The Canadian girls are together. And Miss Scarlett's with you, right? Is she cooking? One to 30, closest to without going over. What do we got up here? Oh, that's funny. Same as last time, you will pick 18. Love it. So we have 3, 6, whoops, no. Jennifer Peterson, I need you to pick a different number. Whoops. Oh, nope, you picked 18. Never mind, I take that back. So Bernice is 16, Jennifer Rollins is 3, Jennifer Peterson is 18, Pat is 11, Patricia, Patty is 15, Leslie is 17, and 22 for Regina. Oh, give Miss Scarlett a hug. And let her know too, Leslie and Jennifer, to switch her Stampin' Up person to me. Since Leslie, you're not a demonstrator right now, switch over to me, and then I can mail her a catalog. Same for you, Jennifer. All right. Oh, Kathy's there too. Oh, hugs to you all. I wish I was with you guys. And then Gigi and Bernice and Barbara are going to get together. And I bet you are eating well. Scarlett's cooking. Jeff thinks Scarlett is the bee's knee with her cooking. And my winner is going to be Jennifer, who's closest to 4 without going over. So Jennifer, this is the first time you've won, Jennifer Rollins. And I need you to private message me your shipping address, mailing address, and I will put this into the mail with you. So you are the winner of this beautiful die set, which, I mean, I think you could simply make a Christmas card with just the tag and joy. All right, ladies, on Monday, we are going to make this card. I'm going to show you how to take sketches and move the card around, the sketch around, to make a couple of different card options. I'll snap a picture of that and put it up on the group so that you guys can be ready to scrap or craft with me. Love you all. Have a great weekend. And for those of you guys who don't have anything else to do besides crafts and you're not going to an event, join me for my virtual Crop-tastic online Zoom. Talk to you later. Bye now.